Bam. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Bonus Domain Toy Review. Today we're going to be taking a very cool look at the new Hiya Exquisite Basic Godzilla 2000 Millennium Godzilla 1999 action figure. And I'm very excited. When Hiya first started announcing Godzilla figures for the Exquisite Basic line, I immediately jumped on the Godzilla Millennium 2000 figure because, like, dude, I just love the Meyer Goji suit, and I love the look of this guy. You know, like, one of my first Godzilla movies that I ever watched was Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, so I just really like the purple fins, I like the face sculpt, I like everything about this suit. I think it just looks awesome, so I had to get this. I ended up getting the Heisei Godzilla from Hiya before this one, but originally the plan was to just get this guy, and he was going to be my first foray into Hiya, but it didn't end up happening that way. But it was cool to kind of take a look at the Heisei Hiya Godzilla and kind of get an idea of what they're all about and what they can do. But I'm very excited to get this. It took forever for Big Bad Toy Store to stock this guy, so I'm very, very excited to actually get a look at him. And looking at the packaging here, I mean, this just looks badass. This looks very, very cool. Side profile of Goji there. A Screaming to the Sky side profile of Goji, very nice. Turning it to the back here, you just get like a bunch of like legal stuff. And then a side profile, Screaming to the Heavens pick. Let's get this guy open. I'm ready. I'm ready to do this, man. It's been months. It's been months waiting for my boy. I mean, just look at this dude. He looks awesome. I got this guy out of the bag, and I was just kind of looking at him, and I didn't think I was going to be too, like, amazingly impressed, because, you know, I just feel like I've seen this guy on social media so frequently, but, man, really looking at it in person, I'm just like, oh, my God, this guy looks so cool. I'm honestly ecstatic. This is exactly what I was wanting. I really like this guy. So, first off, looking at him, I immediately could tell that he's got kind of like a brown wash on him, which I appreciate, because from some of the pictures I've seen, his sculpt is great. But he does look a little flat, I guess. He looked a little flat in the pictures, but with this kind of brown wash, I think a lot of the cuts and the sculpting is really emphasized with the darker spots and the indentations, and I think it looks really good. We've also got some paint here in the nails, and the bottom toenails, which I think look really, really nice. There's some like kind of like brown paints added, kind of like at the root of the nails, and then it seems like a little bit of black wash or brown wash kind of added to the nails in post-paint, and that's really cool. The teeth here look fantastic. The eyes look great. I really like the marbly look of the eyes. I mean, it just looks fantastic. The articulated mouth with the articulated tongue. I mean, oh man, that looks gnarly. It's got tons of articulation here in the neck, because there's just like a rod going from here into there. And you've got these like extra little pieces. They're a little bit like floppy, but I'm sure once you get them in a pose, you know, it's gonna lock into place. Look at these dorsal fins, man. These dorsal fins are beautiful. They're kind of made of a softer plastic as to like not maybe easily break them, but also not make them so flimsy and sheep-like feeling. And these look really great with the gradients of the gray going up into like the kind of like purple. I don't know what you would call that, like emerald purple or something, but kind of goes up and the purple slowly dies down until it reaches right about here on the tail. Really nice. Really, really nice. I really like that. I like the thighs on this guy. I feel like you're getting some pretty good articulation here in the thighs and in the knees. Good amount of articulation that way. And then push it up. I like that. I really like that. And then the toes, there's quite the ankles. There's quite a good bit of articulation here. Not a crazy amount, but I got the stomach here. There's another ball joint situation. Feels really nice. You're able to get a lot of motion and torque out of that. The arms are really nice. Look at those shoulders. Look at those shoulders. And then the elbow. You can't get it up too much. I think for mine, the elbow goes up about that much. So that's about like 90 degrees. Really like the hands. The hands are on like this like little peg joint. They go around really nicely. Very buttery smooth. But it's got some integrity to it, you know, which I like. The tail is not as stiff as the Heisei felt. I remember kind of trying to move the Heisei, and I just felt like, man, like I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get this. But this one actually feels like it's got a little bit more torque, which is nice. And then in terms of accessories, we only get these hands. They're kind of like more like gripping hands for both arms of the Godzilla figure. painted well. I like them. I know Hiya usually does separate versions of their Godzillas with the atomic breath beam and also with the lit up blue or orange painted dorsal plates, so I'm going to respect that decision. I usually really don't reach for the variants with the atomic breath beam, but who knows? At some point, I may do that. I might just be like, you know what, this Godzilla is so cool. I've got to get it with the dorsal plates lit up. I feel like if I did that, though, I wouldn't get the one with the non-lit up dorsal plates, because I feel like that's overkill. I just think, I mean, obviously to each their own. I'm not judging anybody, but I just feel like it's like overkill to have two Hiya Godzillas with just a slightly different paint job because of the dorsal fins with the atomic breath coming out. It's kind of just like, I feel like if I was going to do it, I was just going to get one and done it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yep, I've got the atomic ray version, but not the standard. It is what it is, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ever going to do that. We'll see, though. Yeah, overall, looking at this guy and everything, playing around with him, utilizing the articulation, looking at the paint sculpt and everything, I thought I was going to be harsher on this, honestly, because, again, I feel like I was seeing so many posts about this figure, so many different looks at this figure, and it really had me developing a lot of opinions about what I was seeing from other people, kind of spectating and looking at the figure. And obviously, since Hiya's introduction into making Godzilla figures, there is a lot of online discourse, comparing SHMA and Hiya and the quality of both and all that. And I really don't subscribe to those kind of online battles, but I kind of do see some of the critiques as being understandable or just interesting to kind of point out comparisons between the two. I mean, I understand that. And in comparison, I do not own the SHMA Godzilla 2000 figure, but this one just always has seemed to me to fit more with the Meyer Goji suit sculpt. He just seems ever so slightly bigger and thicker, like in the neck region and the body region, than the SHMA. The SHMA seemed a little bit too skinny, just a little bit too skinny, just a little bit. And for me, that kind of puts this above that one. I think the sculpting on the SHMA just looks a lot deeper, a lot tighter. The sculpting on that one just looks really great, but this is no slouch. I mean, seriously, if you're thinking like the sculpt is any indication of this thing's lack of quality against the SHMA, you're dead wrong. I mean, this sculpt is really great. I mean, it really does look good. I mean, it looks fantastic. Again, seeing it in person, I'm just like, wow, it really did blow me away more than what I was seeing online. That's why, you just sometimes gotta remind yourself, don't, it's cool to look at other people's posts and stuff like that and see what people got and watch reviews and stuff, but like, if you're really excited about something, don't get too deep in your head about what it looks like on the internet, because sometimes it just looks completely different, it feels completely different when you actually get the product in hand. Your enjoyment of it might go up, it might go down, but really it is kind of like, this is a good example of like, just wait till you get it in hand and let your opinions speak for themselves, rather than letting other people's opinions speak for you before you even get a chance to make a judgment call. And there is one particular reason, other than the fact that I think the suit sculpt just looks a little bit more refined and accurate. It's the price. This is over half the amount of the SHMA, and you're getting about the same stuff. You're getting like some hands, and that's it. I'm gonna go with the Hiya. I'm sorry, like, I mean, you could talk about sculpting, you could talk about paint all day, but at the end of the day, when you have something that looks this good, I mean, this ain't a movie Monster Series figure, guys. This is a really nicely sculpted, refined looking, boutique figure, in my opinion. I mean, it's obviously not like an X Plus or something, but this is a nice, highly articulated, well sculpted figure, and it's like, it was $51 for me. Like, that's way better. That's gonna beat out SHMA every day of the week. I already think SHMA has definitely priced out people like me, broke people. I love collecting, but I don't have hundreds of dollars to just be spending on SHMA. Like, for example, I really want to get the SHMA Mega Gearus, but the price is just not agreeing with me. So I'm very excited to see when Hiya does theirs, because I'm sure it's going to be half the cost, and it's still going to be as nice, if not even better. I mean, because again, some people do think that Hiya is creeping up on SHMA in terms of their quality. SHMA has really upped their quality, too, in the past, I want to say, 2 years. With their new ankle articulation on the Millennium era Godzilla and the Anguirus and stuff like that. But again, it's just the price here. You can't beat this. It looks fantastic, and it's over half the price. And for me, again, I know I've said this, but for me, looking at this guy, this is Meyer Goji to me. This is Millennium 2000 Godzilla to me, more so than when I look at the SHMA. I love the SHMA. It looks great, and I don't own it, so again, I can't really fully speak on it, but this just looks great. This looks awesome to me. I might be overly glazing it, but I don't know what to say. I love this look, and I like this figure. I think it's awesome. if you're a fan of this movie, you've got $50 on you plus shipping and tax, and this is looking cool to you, I'm really out here, honestly. I usually don't think I'm trying to peddle toys to collectors, but this is really nice. This is definitely something I think you should take a look at, because it's just so cool. Just looks great. This has definitely got me pumped to see some more Hiya reveals. I know that Hiya takes forever to put out their pre-orders in stock and actually ship it out, but, well, in certain places and then certain websites, of course, but I'm just excited. I am eagerly awaiting every Hiya release that I have pre-ordered. Like, I'm so hyped for the Mecha King Ghidorah. That thing is going to be huge. It is going to be a review on this channel, so stay tuned for that. And it is going to look crazy, and I'm hoping the quality just gets better and better, honestly. And if they have the ability to, I've heard some people say that they don't have the Showa license or they can't afford the Showa license. Well, I've also heard that they have the ability to do Showa era characters, but are waiting it out. My assumption there is that they're trying to get better with sculpting. They're trying to give better bang for their buck. That's just at least from what I got from that message from the company. But yeah, I've heard people say also just from, like hearsay, like they can't do it, but then I've also heard they can do it. Well, either way, if they can do Showa, I'm very excited to see that. And you know what? It'll probably still be kind of expensive because it's a Showa property. Those Showa licenses are expensive as hell, but it'll still be cheaper than SHMA. I guarantee you that. Like, I am really excited to see the first Showa we get from Hiya, because I really want to see the price. I want to see what we're looking at for Showa Hiya figures in comparison to SHMA, because, man, I want some articulated Showa guys in my collection. I really do, but, man, I cannot bargain with those prices, man. I'd love a well-articulated Gigan. I'd love an articulated Anguirus. I'd love, like I said earlier, the Mega Gearus. But, man, I can't justify those prices, But, yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to kind of have a discussion about what's going on with Hiya and SHMA, and this figure, my opinions on this figure and everything. Hope you enjoyed. If not, you could have just skipped through this whole thing. But yeah, that is my review on this figure. I'm kind of in love with this figure right now, I'm not gonna lie. I've been glazing it this whole entire review, and if you've watched the whole thing, you know that it's true. But you know what? I guarantee you, if you get this bad boy in hand, you're gonna be thinking the same thing. And if you're not, let me know down in the comments. Be like, Devonius, you were a liar. This figure isn't that great. Whatever. I'll eat it. I don't really care. This thing is amazing. But you should definitely check this bad boy out. Hope you enjoyed the review. Like, comment, subscribe down below. Tell me what's your favorite Godzilla movie? What's your favorite Hiya release so far? What's a Hiya release you're looking forward to that is currently revealed? I'm definitely looking forward to the Destroya. Again, the Mecha King Ghidorah. Those are looking very, very exciting. Very, very exquisite to me. What are some figures from Hiya that you want to see them do that they have not done yet? I know I'm going to be seeing a lot of people in the comments saying Violante, and you know what? I'm with you. I'm with you. 100%. Devonius,